What a great way to start off this Friday, guys. And I'm being sarcastic. We are down across the board here. SoFi's down another 7.5%. Oh my goodness, man. We are falling down to the 17s. It's not looking pretty. So we have a lot to break down from the indices, which, again, they're down across the board to SoFi, to other stocks I'm looking at. We have a lot to break down. So hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join the Patreon for my portfolio updates and my private Discord if you guys want to see how I'm investing, how I'm trading options, how I'm, managing my portfolio. It's all linked down below on Patreon, also pinned in the comments. Cheers. I'll see you guys in there. And now let's dive into it. So we are falling off a cliff on SoFi, down 7.5%. Which I'm not surprised, right? We called it out. And I think we're going even lower, quite frankly. As now, we're taking out the lows from a couple days ago. It looks like, I think Monday, Tuesday, or what was that? Tuesday, we opened at 18 bucks. And then on Monday, we hit about 1770-ish at the low. So we took out both of those levels today. You guys see it on the 5-day, 5-minute, and on the 30-minute as well. This is not ideal. This is not pretty, right? This is the bears gaining an edge, and this could be us going right back to the, mid-teens. This could be the signal for that, right? The chart breakdown. We're seeing this descending triangle, which I've been calling out for weeks. That seems like it's playing out again. And I say again because we momentarily dumped under it about a week ago or a couple days ago on Monday. Then we saw a nice relief rally, but like we covered in the last two videos, that relief rally was a bull trap. That's what I was warning about, and here we are. We got to 1950. We double topped there yesterday, and on Wednesday, we hit the first top Wednesday, second top yesterday, and now we're just dumping off here. So in my opinion, I don't know about you guys, but this does not look like it's a stock to go long on in the short term based on the charts, right? And of course, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm bearish short term, SoFi, bullish long term. That simple as that. That's the easiest way to put it. Bearish short term, bullish long term. And I've been this way since about 25 a share, especially since we broke through that critical 25 a share support. It's just been free falling since. So you can be bullish long-term, bearish short-term, guys. Don't get it twisted. And with that being said, I think we could be going down towards at least where we were during the liberation crash last year. That is kind of where it looks like SoFi wants to go. Each time it bounces off 17, it doesn't recently, it hasn't really held it or maintained above it too well. So now we're back at 17. I think the second we go through 17, guys, this is going to tumble, kind of where it was last year. I'm not saying it's going to go all the way down to $8, $9. That was the bottom back in April of last year. But could it be in this window right here? Could it trade in this window right here between 17 to about 12, 13 a share? Yes, it could. SoFi could get down to $12, $13 a share if things got really ugly. And if you think it can't, you're just in denial, right? You're in denial. This stock, I've been tracking it for years. Trust me when I say this, it moves like crazy. And it does the impossible sometimes, what you think it won't do. And I don't care what people are saying about the fundamentals. The fundamentals look good long term. Like I said, short term though, fundamentals are out the window. It's not moving on fundamentals. Clearly, the stock is just being re-rated in the short term. Clearly, the 1.5 billion share repurchase, or not share repurchase, the public offering, that put a damper on the stock. It might still be, I don't know, right? But at this point, selling pressure in the short term is relentless. It's relentless. Each little rally we get is met with a 3 times stronger sell-off. So it's like, to me, guys, in this market, I just can't see this going, ripping towards $20 plus, $25 plus. I think it needs to flush out a lot more traders, a lot more short-term money. It needs to flush out some more people. That's the reality. I think it needs to come down to 13, 14 a share now based on the price action that I've been seeing recently before we find a bottom. And you guys might be like, Stas, you said 17 was the bottom. Things change. Things are subject to change when you're analyzing charts, when you're analyzing price action every single day. What I said a week ago might not apply now because the charts have changed. The narrative, the price action, the sentiment in the market has changed. I think the fact that we're taking out these lows, we're at multi-month lows now, breaking through 17 slowly. It's not looking too good. I think we're going lower. I think we need to flush out some more sellers, some more investors here. And I think we're going to find our way to 13, 14 a share, 15 a share. And that is the load the boat spot. If you've been waiting, if you've been patient, 12, 13, 14, 15, that's the real buy spot in my opinion. And I know I was saying 17, but 17 looks like we're going to run right through it. Let's be honest. 17, it doesn't look like it wants to hold, does it? I mean, come on, let's be real based on these charts. So, yeah, I'm avoiding it for now in terms of buying more. And I'll keep you guys updated, of course, with what I end up doing there. But SoFi, man, it just keeps on getting worse. 7.5%, 8% down. What a freaking bloodbath. So at this point, again, every index is down. The Qs are down about 0.5%. SPY's down, let's see here, about 0.7. The Russell's getting hit the most. Small caps are getting destroyed. 1.9%. down on the Russell right now. Let's see the Dow. The Dow's pretty much down 1.25%. Yeah, 1.25% down on the Dow Jones. Honestly, the Dow looks pretty healthy on this pullback. We're still above the 180 SMA. Same thing on the Russell here. So these look phenomenal on the charts. The Qs, we're in a wedge here still. I mean, what else is new, right? That's been the case for quite some time now. If I pull up this 20-day chart, you guys can see it, right? We're in this wedge. Let me clear the drawing set and redraw it so it looks a little prettier. You guys see right here. So, yeah, what else is new? That's where we're at now. And for me, guys, I am in, a bunch of tech stocks, right? I'm not in, a bunch of ridiculously speculative tech stocks, really none. But, I have a good amount of tech names. And for me, guys, hey, I need that Q to break, or I need the Qs to break. Don't we all need the Qs to break, right? And I think ultimately we will, but it's just a patience game, man. And that's the stock market for you, NVIDIA had a crazy sell the news event, and that brought down it brought down the Qs, a lot of tech stocks. And now NVIDIA is down to 180, man. We're down another 2.5% on the day, 10% down. And this is why I said, consider selling covered calls at 210, 215, 220. Collect that premium because we've seen sell the news events happen time and time again. And here we are. If you sold those calls, you would be looking pretty. So that's NVIDIA. Again, every index is down, but there are certain stocks moving. XLE, energy ETF, looking pretty good here, gaining a little momentum. Mercado Libre, which is a holding of mine, this is up on the day, which it's been getting destroyed recently. After earnings it tanked, and I'm still looking to buy more. Haven't done it yet, but my average is right around $2,000 a share, so it's at $17.50 now. I would love to get more shares in the 1700 window, which I called out weeks, or not even weeks ago, about a week or two ago. I said, look, I want to buy more Mercado Libre at about 16, 17. We saw the descending triangle forming. It ended up playing out. So this is why charting is so important, guys. You might be like, oh, it's just astrology for the stock market. Oh, it's a bunch of BS. It's not. It helps you pinpoint your entry points and exit points, even for long-term investments. Let's say, and we'll end it off here. Let's say I was not a chart person. Let's say I just bought based on, the ticker on Yahoo Finance or whatever. Let's say I bought based on the dollar value of the stock. I would have bought more at $2,000, let's say hypothetically. But if I understood charts, which I do, I've been doing this for years, I could have seen it, which I did, and be like, oh, this is a descending triangle. 1900 looks like it's a pretty weak support right now. Let me wait until after earnings to see if we actually fill this gap down to 1700, to see if that descending triangle actually plays out, which it did. And we're now at 1700 a share. And if I, again, if I didn't know anything about charts, if I didn't even bother to look at the charts, I could have been like, okay, Mercado Libre trading at 35 times forward earnings, whatever it was at before earnings, right? Oh, let me just buy it, without even looking at the charts. And then I would have missed out on getting it even cheaper, right? So charting is important, very, very important. And I would say just as important, for long-term investing as it is trading. Well, maybe it's more important for trading. I mean, it is kind of, but it's very important for long-term investing, man. Charting, understanding trends, momentum, understanding support, resistance, entry, exit points. And it doesn't have to be crazy, in-depth charting with all these, indicators. Sometimes people overcomplicate it, but if you keep it simple, you use the basic stuff, it goes a long way. And I think Mercado Libre, it's one of those that if you saw the chart, you could have waited and got it at a lower price, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Join the Patreon for my portfolio updates, my private Discord. That's linked down below, also pinned in the comments, or go to stasurfs.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day.